What's going on, YouTube? We had a monumental week at our historic renovation. We're also probably getting sued, so first time for everything, I guess. Stay tuned to see what that's all about. If you've been following along with this project, you know that we've been waiting for about 6 weeks to take down that rear wall up there. The one that's fallen over, the one that supports the roof. So we had to wait 6 weeks for amendment reviews from the city, for structural engineering documents to come through, to answer RFIs, to talk with plan reviewers and examiners, and to get all the notification forms of the neighbor. We actually got to do the demolition this week, and 99% of it went exactly as planned. That last 1% that, keeps things interesting. Without further ado, guys, let's jump into this video. We'll show you what we're talking about. If you have any questions, drop some comments. We'll try to get to it, but this is an interesting process for us, guys, dealing with building in the city and, all these unforeseen things that come up. Guys, what's going on? Thursday morning, giant day for us. Starting up on that roof finally. We've got full crews. There's like 6 box trucks, ton of work going on. We're waiting on a tile delivery, and one of the hardest parts about residential construction in the city, getting deliveries. So we have the guys circling the block. We're gonna beg them to kind of park illegally as we unload the tile. We have like 50 boxes of subway tile coming in, floor tile. His words were, you have a forklift? Ours were, hell no. So let's unload some tile.
This is the glamorous part. The part no one talks about, the part no one wants to pay for, the part no one factors in when you're budgeting for time and money. That's right, guys. I'm talking about the savings for not having to go to the gym anymore because we got 3,000 pounds of tile. It's half of it. All leg day, no cardio.
Cardio is only for people who run away. So as much as I've been looking forward to getting back on site here on our historic restoration project, I've also been a little bit nervous. Obviously, I feel confident in the shoring up that we've done up on the 3rd floor, keep making sure that the roof is gonna stay up while we're demoing the back wall. But as nervous as I was, definitely very excited to see it starting to come down. I think the progress is going awesome. I'm gonna check in real quick with Philip, who you may remember from an earlier episode.
This one, that one on the other door.
One of our favorite masons comes by here. Philip, how is the progress going so far today?
Pretty good, went smooth enough, slow and steady.
Slow and steady is good, yeah?
Yeah, I didn't want any mishaps, but it all came down pretty easy, thankfully. Just gotta take our time and finish it up properly.
Cool, well, I'm gonna let you get back to it, get out of your hair. It looks like you've got your hands full, and somehow we're left back here with another giant stack of bricks. How many bricks do you think we have over here? A couple hundred?
Any?
Couple hundred?
Yeah, there's probably 500 there, and it'll be two. It's probably 700 brick.
Eyeballing 700. We're gonna count those later and make sure, double check his math. If you don't recall from an earlier episode, I believe maybe around week 6 or 7, Philip helped us out with something called masonry math. figuring out how much brick you're going to need for any kind of square footage project. So off to a great start here. What else can I say? I wish it was Monday so we would have a whole week here, but we've got today, we've got tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have our framing crew lined up to come in early next week.
Not gonna happen.
We can start getting that back wall back up there, and then guys, it's off to the races. All of our permits are in order. I'm stoked we're back to making videos on this project. If you haven't heard, we do have a Patreon. We have a whole other project going on. It's a reverse subdivision of a commercial space and 2 awesome apartments that are going up top. That project is a monster. Those videos get a little bit more edited. I'm sure they'll find their way to YouTube one day in the future, but not anytime soon. If you guys want to get a sneak peek on that stuff, make sure to check out our Patreon page. In the meantime, check out these new glasses. All right, so I'm just gonna go on camera real quick to knock out a bunch of details, just so we know kind of all the work that's been done in the last couple of days. It's not really just necessarily cutting the brick and removing everything, getting our joist exposed, and going down to our triple beam down below that we've seen, you know, countless times. That is like the bulk of the work, but in preparation for things like the weekend coming up, we're having water, we're having rain over the weekend, so we do have some plastic up right now. We're gonna be kind of securing a better system in place for the weekend. We also just spoke with our framer today, and they're gonna be here next week to frame up a 2x8 wall here. Pretty straightforward, not a huge job for them, but it does create kind of some questions for us, for our engineers. Shouldn't be too much of an issue getting around all of this stuff. And then lastly, we haven't removed these bricks here yet because this is what our stair landing is on. And so all of our stairs kind of come up to this point here, and we would like to secure that. I did put some studs up underneath. I ran 2 double tops spanning across, and then top plate, 2 studs down, and the bottom plate over there. Now, this is also a, oh, what's going on, fellas? How are you doing?
No, contract.
I'm up with the general.
Yeah. I would recommend,
Who are you people?
you know, I'm not on record. I'm not the record engineer. I'm
Yeah,
just a friend.
Yep.
And advising. I wanted to see it because pictures are one thing.
Totally.
This stuff here that they've done, you know, looks pretty good. It looks like what I saw in the drawings.
I guess. Have a good weekend. Thanks. No problem at all. Seriously.
Who are you guys?
Componiendo aquí poquito el pa
Rebuild a little bit.
a little bit.
And over here, give us a nice flat surface. Chingon.
All right, guys, it is Saturday. We are here. I got a nasty email from the next door neighbor. We were installing helitize. In abundance of caution, this wall extends about 3 feet into the neighbor's house. Came onto our roof with his engineer unannounced and started picking apart the work that we're not done with yet, insisting that we detail this crack. We shot some helitize into the party wall, and they must have hit something or deflected because we poked through the neighbor's plaster into his house. He's irate, accusing us of missing it unintentionally, saying some mean things, threatening to call all the right people for the wrong reasons. So it's part of it. We're dealing with that and keeping level heads. We pay a ton for work comp insurance, general liability, umbrella, licensing fees, OSHA certifications, you name it. We are above board, and you know, sometimes this happens. We're totally willing to make that right. I just, you know,
sucks being threatened and talked down to by someone. So that being said, we'll get it fixed. Mason's finished up parging this, so our framing will go right onto there and tie everything back. Same condition on the other side. Let me see if I can do this. We got the scaffolding there. The siding is off, so it's ready to be repointed and blended back in with everything else. So we've got the framers coming on Tuesday, and we have the engineers with a couple more details. Adrian was taking no chances, so he built a really nice little way to support the stairs temporarily. Look at Adrian, man. That's a really nice detail. So I'm really happy with that. Yeah, Adrian rules. Nice work.
So safe. They're called stoggles.
Mason's filled in that little threshold detail. And we got some work done down here. Something that no inspector is going to call out, but we want to do. We filled in some of the deficiencies and voids in the chimney. Not an active chimney, but we just don't want to have to worry about that. So I'm leaving for a couple days, and I want to make sure the water is off. I don't know where the valve is anymore. And we're about to go dark. I fucking hate them. Jesus Christ. Fucking terrifying down here. All right, you guys saw me turn the power off. You guys saw me lock the doors. All right, guys, happy Saturday. We out.